Hey, it's Candia Raquel, founder of Centro de Poder, and you are at the Sensual Sessions podcast, the place to be to sense your fire so you can share the flame. And today we have a very special guest. She's Alex, and I am so happy to have her here sharing with us about meditation and much more. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you, Candia. I love being here so much. Thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure. Tell us a little bit about your background and why are you so convinced that meditation is important?
Yes. Well, it all started like 10 or 11 years ago. I was living in a different city from when I grew up, and I literally found myself feeling boredom. And I had a few friends that were practicing yoga, and they were always inviting me to the classes. And I was like, oh no, that must be so boring, because we all have that typical image of somebody sitting with their hands like this underneath that they represent, like that is yoga. So that's the image I had. And I always was like, no, I don't want to. That's so boring. I'm doing Pilates. No. And then one day, there was a new square near my home, and they started to do free yoga classes on Saturdays. And there was this Saturday where I was just I don't know, I had nothing to do, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go to that class. And I went, and it wasn't nothing like I expected. Like, I was shaking the whole time. I was looking at the people that looked super comfortable, and I was like, oh my God, how can they be so happy and smiling? How can they not be shaken? I'm about to die. And I thought, I'm gonna come back, because I wanna have that feeling that they have. I wanna experience that. So next Saturday I went back, and I kept doing that for a few months until they started to add more days of classes on that square. And then one day, like 2 or 3 days a week for me wasn't enough, and I signed up for a yoga studio. And that's actually the reason why I became a morning person. I used to sleep very late, but then when yeah, when I signed up for this studio, the classes were at 6 a.m. So I obviously needed to sleep earlier to be able to, yeah, 6 a.m. I will wake up at 5:30. Thank God it was really close to my home. It was like 8 blocks from where I lived. So I will wake up at 5:30, get a quick shower, get all my food for the office, and then I will go there. And that's when it all started. I think also having a great teacher that you can connect with makes all the difference, and that's what happened to me too. I love that teacher. I still follow her and talk to her, and she's like one big inspiration to me, because she never made me feel judged. She always made me feel welcome, and that everything I was trying to do was the right thing for me, even if I wasn't doing the perfect posture, or I didn't know the names in Sanskrit. Like, that wasn't important. The important thing is that I kept doing my work every day to try to navigate all of these postures. And that's how I fell in love with yoga. And then I started to establish a meditation practice. It wasn't easy at first. Like, it went on and off for years. But then, like 4 years ago, more or less, I had this job that I really hated. I needed to be I had to leave my home around 7 to get to the job. So I had to wake up at 5 to do my yoga. And then one day I started to do Kinos McGregor classes, live classes on her platform. And she started to incorporate a few minutes of mindfulness meditation at the beginning of the classes. So it was like the perfect timing for me because I've been trying to meditate, and then there was this opportunity to do it like without forcing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like 3 or 5 minutes. It wasn't that big thing, but it really made a difference in me. And that's when I actually started to sit daily to meditate. And that's how I started, with 3 or 5 minutes. And I went adding more minutes as weeks and months passed. And now I sit for around 40 minutes. I mean, if there's one day that I need to leave my house more early or something, I would do it shortly and maybe add another few minutes at night. But that's how it all came to be. And I think that's the tool that has served me the most to actually know who I am and connect with my being without feeling judged, shamed, or, like just this authentic me.
Love it. It's a great story because you were not a morning person at all. And you went from
No, at
not
all.
waking up early at all to waking up at 5:30, walk 8 blocks, and show up for at 6 in the morning. I mean, it was dark, no? And you went one day,
Yeah, yeah, it was dark.
and then you went like every day, and you were shaking, but you saw the change, and that led you to meditation. Started from 3 to 5 minutes, then
Mhm.
to 40 minutes, and you have found that that is a tool that help you to connect with yourself without judgment, without shame, and really feeling who you are. Am I missing something?
No, that was it. And when I started to feel that way, that's when I knew that I wanted to help other people to feel the same about them.
Yeah,
Because we live in a society that really shame us for being who we are.
yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree with you more because you said, when I started to feel this way, I wanted to help other people feel that way. And that's exactly the spirit at Centro de Poder, to sense your fire so you can share the flame. And like, your fire is this connection with yourself without judgment, without inhibition, and just like the true sense of your being, and not just like, oh yeah, I am a good person, or my life story, whatever. No, like the sense of who you are now, like fleshly, like bonely, marrowy, and your everything. And that's where judgment jumps in, like, I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too beautiful, I'm too intelligent, I am too successful,
Yeah.
I am less than successful. It's always like too much or too little of something, and especially in regards to the body, and even more towards the naked body, like how you are when you take your clothes off, and when you take your veils of what you say about yourself, that is the discursive thinking that tends to like quiet down a little bit with meditation. And that can be terribly confronting, like being naked to yourself, but that's like the true realization of who you are. And not, I don't mean being naked in front of a mirror, but being naked to your sensations that are always changing. And I love that you came to this realization of this powerful tool that is meditation, and not only from a fashion pose point of view, that yeah, we're super cool because I have the organic yoga mat that is the most expensive, and my organic diamond earrings, and my perfect mantra, and I win at the contest of every class to who says a better vibration. And that all rounds up
Yeah.
to I have I am better than you because I have less ego than you, which is a super wonderful trap.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm
That.
yeah, and I am all
Uh-huh.
for your approach that it wasn't from the external appearance that you felt compelled to jump into doing yoga or meditation, but it was something different. It was through what you felt on the experience, even though you were shaking, and how you felt in connection with yourself, which is what matters. Would you tell us more about how you feel that this practice of yoga like bring you closer to your sensations and the pleasure in being who you are and acceptance, and also if you have seen like a change in maybe the self-esteem or the confidence of your clients?
Yeah. Lots. I mean, truly, for in my life, I can really say there's an Alex before meditation, before she found before she found yoga, or before yoga found her, and after yoga. Because I was living like really in a automatic mode. Like I was just partying, and that was it. That was life, party, and work. But then after this, I realized that yeah, a party animal. I really was. When I tell this to people, sorry, when I tell this to people, they're like, "What, you?" But yeah, like we can change so much. And so yeah, after this, I realized that we can connect so deeply with others, with ourselves, with anything that we're doing. I mean, like mindfulness is not just mindfulness. Sorry, I had a call. Mindfulness isn't just something to use when you're gonna sit to meditate, but it's something that you can take in your everyday life. Like that's how it should be. You should be mindful about what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you're saying. Like, is your job aligned with you? Your friends, are they on the same page as you? That's a mindful relationship to consider. Everything, the way you talk to yourself, and as you're saying, like the relationship you have with your body. No, it's not just like looking at yourself at the mirror and say, "Oh yeah, I'm pretty," like without even actually looking at you and honoring all that you have, all that you are.
Yes.
I think it's really important to connect with yourself too, in body, not just the spirit, mind, but just
Yes.
body too. It's
Yes.
another key
Yes.
point.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Because then we tend to go like super spiritual and mind over matter, and like believe that enlightenment it's in a faraway cave in a very expensive and luxurious retreat,
Mhm.
or you have to renounce everything that you have, the material life, and make vows and whatever, and that's the answer. But the approach, at least here in Centro de Poder, is like, no, the thing and the work to do is right here, right now, through and in the flesh, in your life, like not in the fantasy or in a past like modus vivendi of the great sages, but like being a sage of the now in your urban reality, or in the, I don't know, wherever you live. Like the work is here with your neighbors, with your boss, or with your employees, or with your colleagues. That's the real practice. And the this is the thing about lighting your fire, like really being in the pleasure of your flesh, so you can step out to the mat and into the world and come forth with all your power. Like the personal and private practice is just to get out of your own way, of your own means, of your own power, so you can expand fully, and that is something that is experienced as a pleasurable state, as it said, like the I mean, you can be very angry and you're gonna be very potent. I mean, getting really pissed off can drag you out of a really bad depression. Like the emotion of rage will pull you out of a very passive state, but you will only reach maybe your C or maybe your B level of performance. If you want to come to the extraordinary level of your most optimal self, like you want to perform A plus, like high performance, you need to be in the state of flow, and that is a state of embedded pleasure. Like you see the I don't know, the Olympic gymnasts or the Red Bull guys doing amazing stuff, like unbelievable. They are not stressed, they are not angry, because you cannot do that in that state. You need to be like in the state of a pleasured embodiment and in performance in the life. So yeah, it's an amazing tool that we are talking about, like mindfulness, embodiment, meditation, yoga. But what makes it different, what we're talking about, than the mainstream that is all about external attainment, is that this is about the lived experience in your body. Like, to say body, because I mean the mind, your body is your mind, and your body, you are your body. So yeah, would you share with us one little exercise or practice that the sensualist that is looking at us, listening at us, can taste and implement every day?
I do believe that affirmations do a lot of good work to kind of growth our mindset and the way we look at us. So I think I do share daily affirmations on my social network, but like even if you like, you don't have to follow me my affirmations. But if you wanna uh, dig a bit on that subject, that's one good practice to have daily. But also just sit with yourself, even if it's just a couple of minutes. It does make a difference. Listen to you, what you're thinking, how you're breathing, how your body feels, and you don't even have to change anything during those 2 minutes. Just pay attention, and that's it. Pay attention. Like, you don't need to judge yourself during those 2 minutes.
Yeah, practice sensing yourself in a non-judgmental way. Like, just sit with yourself, with your sensations, without doing anything, especially without correcting, and experiences will emerge, sensations. You will reorganize yourself, and life will be more pleasurable. This is fantastic. Do you
Yes.
have one special affirmation that would be like recommended for the sensualist?
I would start with, my body is a safe place.
My body is a safe place. My body is a safe place. Yeah, it is. It is. Like, the body always wants the best for you. Like you have your kidneys filtering like one swimming pool of blood a week. Like one swimming pool of, and like our skin changes completely every 3 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
body really works hard nonstop to to stay alive, and
Yeah.
safe place for your soul, if you want to see it like that. Or you can also, like, maybe feel that you are safe body for your same body. Yeah, now I want to
Yeah.
drink a celery smoothie with strawberries, something very healthy, making me myself a very
Yeah, but
place.
yeah, our body does so much with so little recognition from us.
Yeah, yeah. Let's recognize our fleshly living. Alex, it's been a pleasure having this sensual conversation with you. Would you share with us your social media or website so the sensualist can reach to you?
Sure, my you can find me at the Shanti People on Instagram, on TikTok, and I'm gonna be releasing a newsletter soon. So I'm gonna put a link to that on my Instagram too. So keep a look at that.
Great, fantastic. Go follow Alex at the Shanti People in TikTok and at Instagram. And sign up
Mhm.
for her newsletter coming soon. Thank you so much, Alex, for being here with us.
Thank you, Candia. It really was my pleasure.
Yeah, such a big pleasure. And thank you, Sensualists, for being here at the Sensual Sessions podcast. So if you haven't already, head on to centrodepoder.com or centrodepoder.com and sign up to get the essential emails delivered weekly on your inbox. In the meantime, remember to sense your fire so you can share the flame.